Yeah, crazy shit can be good. Yes, it can be good. And when it's good, you should be prepared. Let me give you 3 examples of when I was prepared for crazy shit. The first example is when I was hitchhiking. I was hitchhiking in California down State Route 1, which is a very beautiful and scenic highway going down the Pacific coast. Well, while I was hitchhiking, I was picked up by one man. His name was Charlie. I was picked up in a town called San Simeon. And I told Charlie that I was going down to Los Angeles. And he said he was only going as far as San Luis. And I said, that's fine. That's good. I'll go there, and from there I'll see what happens. I'll either get another ride or stay there for the night. And he said, great. We had a deal. So we started walking. We started talking as he's driving. And we're going down the highway, and we're just chatting away and having a great time. The sun begins to go down, and we just keep driving. Eventually, we actually passed San Luis Obispo, and we came down to Santa Barbara, which I hope you can see over my shoulder there. We went probably about twice the distance. Time just went by so quickly. One reason time went by so quickly, other than the fact that our conversation was so engaging, was that Charlie was trying to pick me up. He was gay, and he was convinced I was gay. I tried to tell him I wasn't gay, but he was trying to convince me that I was. And we had this kind of a lively discussion going back and forth, and he told me the wonders of being gay, that for a long time he thought something was wrong with him, and then he finally came out that he was gay, and he realized that life was wonderful. And he said I should do the same, that I would realize how wonderful life was. And I told him life was fine, that I had a girlfriend, and whatever. I didn't have a girlfriend, though, so I did lie. Anyway, we came to Santa Barbara, and I said, this is around 2 in the morning now. I told him I am going to sleep on the beach, and I wanted to say goodbye. And he was really sad. He wanted to sleep with me on the beach. I said no. And well, anyway, we eventually said goodbye, and I've been feeling really bad. First, he gave me a ride very far, and I feel really guilty that I wasn't interested in him. So anyway, I had a book in my backpack, a book of poetry by the French poet Rimbaud. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name correctly. Anyway, excellent poet, talking about your soul and the rage within your soul, and I highly recommend it. Anyway, I gave this book to Charlie, and Charlie was so happy. He was thrilled. He shed a tear, and we exchanged addresses, and we corresponded for a few times over a couple of years. And it was very good. I'm so glad I gave him that book. It meant a lot to him, and it kind of cemented our bond. The second and third encounter times that I had crazy shit and I had a gift prepared was when I was in Cameroon, and I was walking along the rainforest in the southern part of the country. Well, anyway, while I was walking, the first night, I came to this little town along the road, and I met some people who wanted to come talk to me. And they were asking me, what am I doing here? And I said, I'm just walking along. I'm walking through the forest. I want to go to the ocean. I want to come and meet you. I want to see who you are. If I didn't come here, I wouldn't meet you. And that's what gives me such an honor to meet you. I said something like that. And they were so happy to hear that. They treated me to such fine food, fine for them, and just such lovingness and everything. They just treated me so nicely. Like a king, and in the end, I just gave them. I was carrying around these Time magazines with me. Not all of these; these are just examples from 1988, or 1986, 87, whatever year. And I just gave them my Time magazines, and they were just so happy to get these magazines. And they just started going through it. They couldn't read. A few of them knew a little French, but none of them knew any English, but they loved the magazines. And for the rest of the night, they were just going through the magazines. In the morning, they gave me a wonderful breakfast, and they were going through the magazines. And they said, are you sure you want to go? And I said, yeah, I'm sure. And so I went. Well, anyway, on the third night, the second night is another story, which I'll get to in another video. But in the third night, I came to another village as I was walking through the road. And in this village, this was a village of some pygmies, the Baka people, and they treated me really nicely. And there was one woman who was kind of like a princess of this tribe, and it was kind of expected somehow that I was going to marry her, and I couldn't marry her. And she treated me so nicely and everything, like almost like royalty. I was like, wow, I was so special. In the end, I gave her some bars of soap. I didn't know what else to do.